Today we have Travis Fravel, head men's soccer coach here for Emory and Henry. Travis, how are you doing today?
I'm good, thanks.
It's great to have you on. And now you guys had a 4-1 win over Warren Wilson this past Saturday. Would you talk about some of the things that transpired in that game?
Yeah, it was a very physical game. We play with high intensity. The other team matched it for the whole game. Usually teams can't play that high of intensity for a whole game. I think our guys are pretty fit, so we usually try to run teams into the ground, and they kept their intensity level up, which is a good thing because in the conference it's going to be like that as well.
It's good practice for the season. And of course you guys are 3-2-1 now. What are some of the things that have made that possible?
I think our intensity level, the way we're running practice, Stephen Devine brings a lot of high energy, as like myself, and the way we're doing things there in practice are really going to the field, and our intensity level is high, so it's helping us really play well in the field.
What are your goals for this team? I know you've got a talented team behind you and some experience too.
Yeah, our goals are, we haven't been to the conference tournament in 6 years. We're trying to get back to that, win conference games, and I think our season leading up to it, our out of conference games are helping us out.
Looks as if you have two captains on the field this year. Can you explain why that is? Henry Byers and Chris O'Connor, on the field at least, it looks like.
Yeah, well, actually, Luke Lanier and Chris O'Connor are the team captains, and we have a game day captain. Henry's a great leader, and he's always going to be a great leader. Even after college, he's going to continue to be a great leader in anything he does. So we have a game day captain. He's been the game day captain, him and Eric Olson, for the last couple games, and they're really stepping up big.
In the Warren Wilson game, we already discussed it, but you were very animated from the sideline, and personally I enjoy animated coaches. It brought back memories of like Hank Stram in football. Can you tell me, do you bring that normally to the side of the field?
I don't know if I would call it animated, but maybe more of high energy, high intensity. I think the team feeds off that, and they reflect their coach, and what I've done with the intensity level of myself and the energy I bring is helping the guys play as well.
Now, this is not your first experience with Emory and Henry soccer. You've been involved as an assistant coach before, and also a player here. Can you talk about how your career as a player here went, and possibly about how you know more about the program and the challenges you face based on that?
Yeah, I was a 4-year starter here and captain for the team, and I think that getting to know the school through playing here has helped me as a coach. And then 3 years in as an assistant to Craig Appleby really set the stage for me well to know how the school operates and how the program should be run. So Craig Appleby really helped me out learning under him.
Now, what about recruiting? Did you learn much about recruiting based on that?
Absolutely. When I was an assistant for the first year, I kind of got eased into it from Coach Appleby, and then after that, he let me be the recruiting coordinator, and I led all the recruiting activities. So we brought in great guys, and just from what I've learned from him, really will help out. And really the school recruits for itself. So once I have a kid on campus, the school does a great job for it. And the guys on the team, we have such a close-knit and family team that recruits want to be part of it.
Well, what are the selling points for Emory and Henry?
I think our team is a big selling point, the way they are so close. And then, I mean, that's just a reflection of the school as well. The school has a family environment. When people are walking around, they're saying hi to each other, and when they're going to class, it's not just people's heads down, they're getting their heads up and talking to people on the way to class.
And all the freshmen live together, is that correct?
Absolutely. They all live together in the basement of Hillman.
Right. What are your coaching philosophies, and how do they differ from Craig's, Coach Appleby's, that is, philosophies?
My coaching philosophy for here is very similar to Coach Appleby's, and it's actually similar to Division III philosophy as far as student-athlete. Students first, and then athlete. And I'm just trying to set up the kids to be successful when they graduate. And I think the school is very prominent to that too. They want that to happen. So I want them to be successful later. And through soccer, we get to the kids.
And on the field, though, like specifically, like what formation do you run, or like what are you more of an attacking or defensive minded? With the wingers.
We are more attacking. We run a 4-3-3, a high-intensity style of play. We try to win the ball in the other team's half and quickly use combination play to get into the goal.
And do you use that every game?
Absolutely.
You use that every game?
We're not changing what we do based on other teams. We're going to do what we do, and we're going to do it well to beat teams.
Well, you've scored a lot of goals this year. I know for a fact that PJ scored 7, and what a sophomore sensation he's been for you guys. What about Henry Byers and Chris O'Connor as well? You've gotten a lot of goal scoring up front.
Yeah, PJ Henson is a great player. He was a high-profile player. He was getting recruited by Division I's, and we got lucky to land him. And he's really from a great club, great experience. But I'll tell you, the senior leadership, they bought into the system that we're running, and they've really turned it on to the younger guys.
And speaking of recruiting, I know Coach Appleby said this. When you go out to recruit, you're not necessarily looking at high school prospects. You're going out to club games, right? Is that correct? And looking at players that way as well?
Yeah, usually we recruit straight from the club. And one thing we have started to do recently in the last year is we go to North Carolina high school, Tennessee high school, try to find what we call the diamond in the rough. The kid that's not getting looked at by big-time clubs. He's not playing for a big-time club, so we try to find a kid that's playing at a smaller high school and pick him up. And usually they have some very good players. And
it looks like regionally you have a lot of recruits, but locally, is there any problem with the soccer in the local area, or is it just because it's sort of new to this area as well?
I think soccer in this area is growing. It's not where it should be compared to the rest of the Virginia, North Carolina, Tennessee, but it's growing. And we do have a local kid, Daniel Mills. He's our keeper, right, and he's doing a very, very good job for us. Last year, he was honorable mention, all conference, and he's continuing where he left off.
He's doing a great job this year as well. Well, just because you're a soccer coach doesn't necessarily mean that you watch soccer, but do you watch soccer, and do you watch international or club? Which one do you prefer, and what are your favorite teams or players?
Yeah, I watch soccer as much as I can. I'm really busy with coaching here, coach club too, and so that keeps me busy. But whenever I can, whenever I get a chance, I like to watch international. I watch club. I'm a Manchester United fan, like Cristiano Ronaldo. He brings a lot of flair to the game. But my favorite player is Wayne Rooney up top. He's a workhorse. He plays with very physical play, and that's what I like for my guys to do too.
And of course, Ronaldo, one of the best players in the world as well. So, you know, great to be on his team, I guess.
Absolutely.
Okay, Coach, anything I forgot to ask you that you'd like the viewers to hear?
I just like for them to come out, support us as much as they can. Having a crowd there really helps us out.
Okay.